Hey guys, I got some Amazing Yamaguchi figures, Gambit and Wolverine, as you can see here. And I've never bought these before. I've always bought cheaper stuff. The most expensive figures I've bought were NECA stuff, which is about 30 bucks a piece. These are about 75 bucks a piece, so I hope they have good quality. We'll start with Gambit because I have opened him before. And I have some comments, good and bad, so I wanted to share those with you. So let's start off with Gambit and then we'll open Wolverine. Just real quick before we get into the figure itself, I just wanted to point out the packaging is actually really good. Just reminds me of that 90s comic style. It's even got stuff on the ends that you don't really see. So a lot of cool stuff. Whoops. A lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool detail that they didn't really have to put out there, but some cool quotes and stuff. Here's the figure himself. With all the stuff that he comes with. As you can see, he comes with a lot of cool stuff, so we'll be opening that in a second. So here he is here, as you can see, and he looks pretty good. He looks a lot, I mean, as far as what I saw when I ordered him, he looks pretty good in terms of, like, you know, you got the cape that you can have flowing and stuff like that. Some people like that, some people don't. I think it's pretty cool. The whole two-piece thing is kind of weird, but trench coats kind of do have a slit in the back, so I think it works. I think the face and the hair is really good. His armor or costume, whatever you want to call it, is pretty good. And the detail is, I mean, it's about what I expected for 75 bucks. These elbow joints I don't love. That's pretty much standard with all of these guys, I think, though. So you're able to do a lot of dramatic kind of poses with these, apparently, but I cannot do any of them. The joints and stuff are really, or the articulation rather, is really complex. You can see them in the hips here, or the top of his thigh. There's some in the shins, in the feet, of course, and then you have these ball joints. These are kind of covered by his shoulder pads, which is nice. The elbows really stick out to me, though. So I'm not really sure how much I love his arms at certain angles, like you can see right here. Even with the coat covering it, they're kind of ropey and weird looking. So I'll have to play with that. But the one thing about this that kind of struck me, and you can't tell quite as much in the light here, but he is a lot, the paint in general is just a lot darker than what I saw in the promo photos. And I'll kind of put those on the side here so you can kind of compare. But, I mean, he's under some bright white LEDs right now, and everything, the coat, the purple, and these blacks here, everything is darker to me than I think it is in the promos. So I don't know if I'm disappointed or not yet. I think it's probably maybe a little more accurate, but I thought the paint was just a little more vibrant in the promos, so you can take a look and judge for yourself. But I'm going to have a hell of a time posing him. As you can see from the pictures there, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with him. You can see his chest articulates as well. But yeah, it's probably going to take me a while to get. I can't even get him to stand, to be quite honest with you. So yeah, he's falling over. So it's going to, normally I'd do like I just kind of stand him up and have him do something cool, but I can't really pull that off right now because it's, from what I understand, it's kind of the good and the bad with these. I mean, there's so many points of articulation, but it's also hard to just get them to do anything. Apparently, once you do, they look really cool, and he does come with a stand as well, which I was wondering about because it was in the promo photos, but I wasn't sure if it was included. It was. So if you want to have him crouching or jumping or whatever the hell you want to do, you can do that. So overall, I mean, as far as the paint application, it's like a 10 out of 10. There's no spots or anything like that that I can tell. You can see the detail in his hair there. Everything is really good. The trench coat is nice and flowy. So, you know, I'll show you right here if I can get it. You know, you can have them kind of forward motion or downward motion if you want. You can kind of get an idea. The promo pictures probably showed it better than I can, but I'll have to play with him a little bit, but I think he's really cool. It's just everything is darker than I thought it would be. So I'm just kind of undecided on how I feel about that. So let's take a look at the accessories, and we'll move on to those. Also wanted to mention he comes with a cool little backdrop if you were to use that. I know a lot of companies throw these in. I don't really know where you would use these. This one makes a little more sense than the NECA ones that are included, because the NECA ones kind of sit like this. So I'm not really sure how those folds would work on a shelf or something. This you could actually, if you really wanted to, you could put it on a shelf. So that's pretty cool. But just wanted to show that real quick. He comes with a lot of hands, and if I could focus here, you'll see why in a second. There's one pair. And then you've got these as well. And finally, you've got these, which are a little more fisp. You can tell you can hold something in those. So you have those, and those are for, wish I would have taken these out of the carton first. These here, which obviously, you know, he can hold in his hand like that, sort of. These I really, really like. The plastic is nice and detailed. The back I was a little bit disappointed in just because it's not enclosed. It seemed like they just kind of wanted to save a few pennies there. But overall, I think they're really nice. You're not really going to be looking at them from the back. So all in all, really cool accessory, I think. And to go along with those, you also have his bow staff, of course. So Gambit's always going to come with those, or that. And these you can put in his hands as well. I actually think this is a really, I actually think this is a really cool idea, but, come on. I think this is a really cool idea, but they're a little cheap looking to me. There's no, you know, paint on them or anything. I think they could have looked really cool if you maybe put the suits on there or something like that. Let's see if I can get it in his hand. I think this is the hand they go in, yeah. So something like that. There might be another set of hands he could hold these in, but it looks pretty cool. I just wish there was more detail on them. So all in all, though, I'm pretty happy with them. It's pretty much what I expected, other than, like I said, the paint is just not quite what I don't know if it's not what I wanted, but it just, what I like about these is that there's just a little bit of like an anime flair to them, and the brighter colors I thought mixed well with that, a little better than the dark. So, but overall, I'm really, really happy. Well, for the price, I mean, it's pretty solid. $75 is a lot, but for the articulation and all the stuff you get, it's pretty solid. So we'll move on to Wolverine here and see if he's the same. Oh, really quick, he also comes with the mean face. Just wanted to mention that. So on to Wolverine. Here's the packaging again. Again, nice detail. Nothing on the end flaps or anything, but that's okay. Here's the background that he comes with. These are the kind of newer style costumes, I think, which I'm not as much of a fan of, but to each their own. And here he is here. You can see he comes with quite a few things as well. I don't think not quite as many as Gambit, but let's open him up and see. One more quick cut. I just wanted to mention that these come with instructions too, if for some reason you can't figure out some of the accessories. They're in Japanese, but I'm sure the pictures are just fine. Okay, so here he is, and I really, really like the look of him. I just wanted to put him beside Gambit for a second just so you could see that the scale is correct. He is much shorter, which would make sense. So, I mean, taking a look at him here, I love how... Whoa, what happened to his shoulder pad here? I'm going to have to play with that, I think. Whoa, I don't know what happened there. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to play with that. But at any rate, I love how like stocky and bulky he is. He's kind of stubby, which makes perfect sense for Wolverine, I think. His belt looks kind of off-center there. I'm not sure if that's how they all are, or it looks like it is a separate piece. I'll have to play with that too, I guess. But yeah, he looks really, really cool. I'm really happy with this one. I think his paint is a little bit darker still. Again, I'll put the promo shots on the right here if you want to compare them. But I think he looks good overall. It's not as blatant as when I saw the pictures of Gambit, so probably not a big deal. I think the paint overall looks really good, so no real complaints there. Actually, the application itself is probably not as good. I don't know if you can see right above his eyes, there's a little bit of yellow where it should be dark blue. Most people probably aren't going to notice that, but it looks like they had a little bit of trouble with this yellow down his nose. Looks like it kind of spilled over a little bit near where his eyebrows are, but overall, everything that I can see besides that looks really good. Again, I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm sure it can move around and be fixed. But yeah, it's just bugging me now. But overall, really, really like the look of him. Love the scale. Love the just his overall figure is spot on, I think. So let's go to the other stuff he comes with. Okay, just so I don't forget this time, let's see if we can zoom in. Here are the heads. So he's got the regular face you already saw, kind of an angry face, and then an angrier face, which makes sense. So those are nice. And the hands are interesting. So we've got these here. You can see how the claws would go. And then you've got more kind of splayed out. I'll show him with the claws itself. But the weird thing is, he also came with an extra one of the first set I just showed you. I'm not really sure why. He's got two right hands, actually. Those are the same. Are they the same? Yeah, they are. Look at that. You can see the two on the right are the same. Or slight, no, they're the same. I'm not really sure why they give you an extra there. Try to show these. Just pop the claws on here if I can do that real quick. So get a good look at them here. Pretty nice. I think these are about what I would expect. They're a little, if they were like a full curve, like just a smooth curve, I think that'd be a little nicer, but I think they look really cool anyways. Let's see if we can. Oh, and the hands he comes with just have just the studs or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so here we are again. He's got the claws on him. You can see they look pretty badass, I think. So, yeah. Are they a little long? They could be a little shorter, I guess. But overall, I think they look really, really good. I'm having a lot more luck standing him. Whoops. Yeah, I can actually get him to stand. Gambit will be another story, but his claws like seem really huge in the viewfinder here, but I think they look kind of spot on. They're a little bit exaggerated, for sure. But especially if you're like me and you're a big fan of the 90s cartoon, I think they were a little more subdued. But overall, I think they're really nice. And he comes with a stand as well. He also comes with this thing, which I'm going to try to find a promo picture of this, but in the instructions, it actually has it on his back. I think it's actually supposed to be another figure, though. Like, you'd put this, and it'd be like he's swiping down or something. It's kind of kooky. I don't really know if it works. It'd kind of be nice if you could put it something like that. I don't know. But that's supposed to be kind of like a motion kind of slash thing. I don't know. But that's about all he comes with. But he doesn't really need to come with anything else, I don't think. And, yeah, I mean, it's way easier to get him to do some different things here. And he does come with a stand as well, so yeah, I got him standing doing that. That's nothing special, but it's definitely, you know, you could work on that and make it look really cool. So yeah, overall, I'm happy with both of these. I mean, for the price, I wouldn't want to pay much more for them. I mean, this is a price range that it's getting to be, you know, pretty expensive for me, at least at my budget or whatever you want to say. But overall, I think you're getting your money's worth here. There are some that are pretty similar to this from other companies that are more like $100, and I just can't see justifying that price, but I really like the look of these. I like the exaggerated, kind of stylized look they both have. And let me know in the comments what you think. Are these something that you would be into, at least for the price, or is it too expensive, or do you think they're really, really cool? So I'll see you guys next time, and hope you enjoyed this.